Aloha and welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so excited to have you here today joining us. As you know, we had our amazing hosts, Vinay Jurial and Kaden Hines, and they will be taking over the session very soon. We're so excited to have our students lead you in this presentation today on campus living, the Hales and TVA. So many of you who are present in this space, you have yet to arrive in the US, and we've dedicated this week to providing you with new programming that we have. We've branded this series called Seasider Series because each month for a week, we will be dedicated to a theme of sharing with you the things that you need to know and the things that you need to know, especially as you prepare to come to campus. So I'm going to share my screen quickly with you as we wait for Kaden and Vinay to join us. I'm going to share just a browser quickly, and we're gonna look at it together. So many of you, this is your first session with us through what is called Engage. And I'm going to share my screen now so that we can look at this here. This platform called Engage is the campus's social networking platform. It's used for clubs, associations, departments like us, departments like International Student Services, but also departments like Residential Life. So even for housing, they have their own page. So as we have Vinay and Kaden join us, I'm just going to show you here on the page where you can see all of our clubs and such, but you can also look at our page as well. And so we do have our events, as you see here. If you're not part of our organization through Engage, please join us. We have tomorrow's session on preparing for Hawaii, what to expect. We also have on Thursday a Laia tour, welcoming you to your new home here. And then Friday, we're going to be closing out with your communities, our office, ISS, and campus clubs here. So I am going to now turn the time over to Vinay and wonderful Kaden, who will take us on our lovely Living in Hawaii tour. So let me
hear?
Here. Yes, we can hear you. Perfect.
Sanisi, can you, we can do it live, or
yes,
if you give us 2 minutes, you know, we
do
can
it live.
Do it live? Okay, we did prepare it.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
Hopefully our connection does not mess up the whole time, guys. But aloha.
Aloha. So, Sister Nisi, if we get disconnected, please take over, and we will be able to. Oh my gosh, I would have.
And then you'll drive back, right? Okay. So while they are connecting, you can see that our dear friends Vinay and Kaden are in a golf cart right now. Look at that. So they're driving us on campus right now. And again, if we have technical difficulty, I'll just carry on, but I'm gonna pull aside here. Thank you, Kaden and Vinay.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys. So as Sister Nisi said, we are in a golf cart, and we are excited today to show you guys about our hallways and about the Temple View apartments.
This is a little circle that we talked yesterday about it. So hopefully you will find your flag here. If not, then definitely talk to admissions office. To get your flag over there.
Right now we're making our way to a hallway right now.
Maybe we'll do TVA
we can show
first,
you guys things.
We'll go TVA first because that's the closest one right now, and then we will pass that way. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you, Kaden. We need your approval,
All right,
okay,
and
guys.
TVA is the Temple View Apartments. It's where the married students live, and this is really Vinay's specialty.
Okay, I think it's breaking up. Is it breaking up for everyone else?
I think it should connect right now.
Yes. Okay.
This
All right.
is the steak center that we were talking about yesterday. So if you see the steak center and you see those apartments, they're like walkable. Like it's not even 2 minutes walk. You would have like 5 minutes walk, but definitely, you know, married student housing is blessed.
So I think it's breaking up again, but what they passed was the state center. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead. I think you're back on.
Yeah. Okay, great. So the Temple View apartment that I was just talking about is that some of the apartments you can actually see the temple from the windows, and that's why they call Temple View apartments. Right here, this is a Z building where I live. We also have A, B, C. This is one of the scattered place in BYU. You can do a scavenger hunt. It's you know, you can put things here. It's not easy to find, but yes, it's a very fun place. We have you know, playground for kids, and you know, all those you know, safety measurements are taken care. We do have you know, what do you call the CCTVs, cameras, so making sure that all are safe.
Awesome. All right. Yes, sure.
Okay.
All right. Now we're gonna show you guys the laundry room, because these are important to know for both the holidays. Do your laundry.
Right.
All right. Here we are.
Okay, so we can look on this side. So again, you need to have a card that is valid to access any of the rooms that are available here. So we're gonna use. So we accessed it. This laundry. We have dryers and washers here. So in TVA, you don't get your own laundry room, or you don't have your own washer and dryer. You would have to come to this place, which is called the laundry room, and we have washers here, dryers, and you can use a debit card or a credit card, and you can swipe in. It's only like 75 cents for one load, and then you can, you know, wash and then dry for 75 cents. Very cheap, you know, very cheap from outside. Outside usually it costs around like $3 to $5.
Okay, I know it has cut out, because if it cut out for me, I'm sure it cuts out for the rest of you. So they're in the laundry area. Oh, they're back in the car. They're back in the cart. Okay, perfect. All right, we see you now. Perfect.
Oh, you're able to see it? Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
We did a recording, you know, but
We didn't finish it.
Yeah, we didn't finish it. We were about to finish, but then we had to get online. Yeah. Okay. So again, TVA has a different mailing services. You would have your mail right here. Some have you know, mail services.
So Vinay is talking
Just give
about
and
their
take.
mailroom. Okay.
Yeah, this is a give and take. Let me take you right here. It's closed right now. This is a give and take where students, all students, single, married, they can come in here. You can see a lot of books there. There are a lot of stuffs inside. The give and take works wherein you would do a service for 10 to 15 minutes, and you're allowed to take few items which is necessary for you. I have come here when I was a new student. I have taken books. I have taken kitchen, you know, utensils, which is useful.
Yeah, all sorts of useful items here. Just clothes as well, but yeah, it's really useful for getting kitchen materials as well when you first move in here, so you don't have to go buy them all. Saves you a lot of money. All right, and that was the give and take. Next, we're gonna go over to the hallways. And I think first we're going to go over to hallway 10, which is the main quarantine hall. So there's a very good chance that this could be the first place that you stay when you come over to campus. Although I believe the quarantine procedures now are if you don't, we are on our way there right now. I can show you guys first person view. Over here is the HGB.
Oh yeah,
which we talked about yesterday. Building with all the business classes.
this one is the science building.
And then this one, yeah, another new classroom building is being built right over there. And as you can see, it's under construction. Hopefully it'll be built in time for our children to use. And now up here is coming up, you guys can see the hallways. So the hallways are split between different hallways for girls and different hallways for guys. There's a few different styles of hallway as well. Some of them have kitchens within them and some of them don't. So obviously if yours has a kitchen, then you'll have the opportunity to cook for yourself and you won't necessarily have to have a meal plan. But the ones that don't have kitchens, I believe you are required to have a meal plan.
Okay, it froze a little. So as they are parking, they're taking us to the Hales. Okay, they're back on. All right, awesome.
Yes, we're saying we're just arriving here at Hale 10. This is the main Hale for quarantine. So if you guys end up having to quarantine, there's a very good chance that you will be staying here in Hale 10. And we have an RA right here who would love to introduce himself to you guys and share a little bit about the Hales.
Oh, hello. My name's Evan. I'm one of the RAs working in Hale 10, the main quarantine Hale. Basically, what we do over here is when the students arrive, when the international or when whoever's coming on campus arrives, we quarantine them here, depending on whether they have an exemption from the state. So if you're a freshman or you're a new student coming on campus, make sure you do the COVID test. And when you get your exemption at the airport, that way you don't have to quarantine because COVID rules keep changing every day. We try to keep up with it and do what the law of the day is. And currently the rule is if you get an exemption at the airport, you don't need to quarantine. However, if you don't get an exemption, you will need to be quarantined for a minimum of 10 days before you can be let out. However, in the normal Hales, when the RAs work, so first of all, RA means resident advisor. And so what the role of an RA is to help students with their daily needs in the Hale. If something's broken, you can report it to the RAs. They can put in work orders, have it fixed. If you need to get around campus and you don't know how to do that, that's where the RAs come in. They can give you directions on where to find, say, like the library or the cafeteria, wherever. We also do clean checks. That's one of the biggest part of our roles as RAs. We do clean checks. We make sure that the living quarters are clean. We sort of do trainings on how to properly clean all of those, trash checks and all of that. What else do we do as RAs? Yeah, basically we're just there to assist students in whatever they need inside and outside of the hut.
Just a question: is anybody can be an RA?
Yes, anybody can be an RA. You just have to apply when you have job openings. You can apply, and if you get accepted, obviously there's going to be the onboarding process and training and all of that. But yes, anybody can be an RA. We have girl RAs and boy RAs. Currently, we have 10 Hales. The dormitories here at BYU, we call them Hales. Hale is the Hawaiian word for house. And so there's 10 of them. We have more girls than boys right now. So there's, out of the 10, 3 of the Hales belong to boys. The other 7 belong to girls. So yeah.
So who's cheering inside the chat room? Is somebody cheering because there are more girls? Okay, if you have questions for Evans, please go ahead and ask. He's the one who can answer your questions if you have concern or like no concerns, just like general questions. I think.
If anybody has any questions, go ahead. No?
No questions? If not, then we can move on to the next portion of the tour.
Yeah.
All right, nice meeting you.
All
guys.
right.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you, Evan. Evan, he's a great RA. He was my RA when I came in quarantine as well. So hopefully you guys get the chance to meet him as well.
And he was also a pusher, right?
Yes, he worked at PCC along with both me and Vinay.
Yeah. So make sure, guys, because especially for iWork students, we are not suggested, but it is like our obligation that we should do more than that too. So if the COVID didn't hit, we would be still working with PCC and giving our all to PCC.
The next building that we're passing by is another girls' hall.
Have a playground area.
Yes, right here is like the central space between all the hallways. There's like a basketball court and a pavilion back there. And this is where a lot of students come, especially at night, to hang out, play different games, play basketball, hang out with friends. It's a good place.
Definitely.
And then here we have and finally, we are coming up to the guys' hallways.
So Kaden, a lot of that was choppy and didn't convey to us on our end. I think it's your guys' connection, but if you could, Oh no, it's still difficult to hear you guys.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Where do we pass? Right here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I just don't know.
Okay, so while Kaden and Vinay are finding a spot that has good bandwidth or better networking.
Gonna go inside.
Let's see.
Are you able to hear us, Sunnis?
We're able to hear you, but now, okay, the image just caught up.
Because I think the internet is,
Yeah, I think going in the car.
Okay, so yeah. So again,
could you share where you're at? Where are you at right now?
So this is Hale 3, right?
Yes,
this is Hale 3 for boys, and you need to have access card before you enter. So if you lose access card, you may lose a house. No, just kidding. You can again get a. You can again get a. And again, one more thing. I don't know if you guys need to register. Do you have to, like every semester you have to register for housing?
Yeah. So every semester you and you can just stay in the same room, but you do have to do that every semester.
And especially for TVA people, if you forget to renew admin contracts, you may have to live off campus because TVA gets, the apartment gets full so easily. So if you got a TVA apartment, you're so lucky. Make sure that you always upgrade, always renew your contract.
Yeah, I have a question. We have a question.
All right,
in the
so now
group.
we're walking into the RA office. We were here earlier, and it's freezing. I think this. Say.
Oh, we can't. I don't know why BYU. This is still. I still connected with the Wi-Fi.
I know it's saying that you guys keep breaking up. Yeah, so you guys keep breaking up, but we appreciate you guys taking us in there with you. I think it's better now, but we have a question in the group that says, how can we do laundry while in quarantine?
Oh, good question. Let's go to Ari. Yeah, let's we can ask the Ari. Are you?
And the reservation fee at the Hales, so the deposit is $50. And
They're wondering how, if they're in quarantine, how can they do laundry?
So every Tuesday, we'll escort people over to one of the Hales and they can do their laundry.
Okay.
And so we'll take them, we'll escort them, they'll do their laundry, and then they'll come back, and then they'll take out their laundry to dry it, come back, and then they'll pick up to dry.
Okay, awesome.
So question again, so usually most of the time students may not have domestic or US debit or credit card.
We have a card over here that we use.
Okay, great. So guys, you don't have to worry about for your first 14 days or whatever time for quarantine.
So now it's 11 days.
11 days quarantine.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's 10 days, and then after the 10 days, the next day at 12 o'clock, you will be released.
Okay, great.
Awesome.
Thank you so
All
much.
right,
Any other
yeah.
question?
Yeah.
Is there anybody has another question for Ari?
yes, so there was a question here. How much is the reservation fee at the Hales when we arrive? I'm not sure if they're talking about the housing deposit, but also asking if there's any other monetary fee or something that they have to pay when they arrive for quarantine.
There won't be you won't need any other fees other than whatever your reservation or whatever it says on the there's like the little financial button where you have all your payments and everything. I think it's under your student, let me see.
Student center.
Yeah, the student center. So you'll go over there, hit make payments, and it'll see all the fees that you need in order to, in order to buy housing.
Mhm.
And so what will happen is you will first be quarantined. And while you are in quarantine, they will send you a link so that you can be able to choose which housing or which room you want to live in after you're done with quarantine.
Awesome. All right.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that was
Any last
perfect.
question?
Yes, the final question that we have is for those countries that are marked on the Safe Hawaii Travels program as having, pre-travel test providers. This is mainly for Korea, Japan, Taiwan, Canada, I believe. Is their quarantine reduced if they get their test and arrive here?
So there is that's up to your country. You'll have to look up the laws for that. But what's going to happen is you're going to come here. The Hawaii state will provide you, if you did do the certain testing, you'll have to coordinate, but they'll provide you with this QR code and an official document, and you will present that to us, and we'll send it into housing, and they'll let you stay for the 5-day quarantine. But you'll have to, for each country, I don't know international law or anything, so you'll have to maybe you'll have to call the housing office for specific details on that.
Thank you so
this-
much.
Yeah, just to let you know, this is different than a housing office. This is just an RA office.
Yeah, we're just residential assistants, so we just work specifically with the residents. We take care of the quarantine people, but for booking housing and everything, and for travel, you're gonna want to call the housing office.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody else has any question?
Do all dorms have a kitchen area?
Mm-mm.
So in this hale, yes, but there are other hales that do not have kitchen areas.
Yeah, it just depends on the hallway.
Yeah, I think hale 2 doesn't have a
Yeah.
kitchen area.
I think so. Yeah, so for the guys, 2 out of the 3 hollies do, 1 doesn't. For the girls, not really sure, but
Yeah, I don't know.
it's the same. Some do, some don't.
Mhm.
Anything else?
I think that's all for now, and I'm gonna just answer group chat. Thank you so much, guys.
Okay. Yeah,
Thank you so much,
man.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
If you need anything, just let us know.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, as Vinay and Kaden exits the building, okay, good. I see them now.
Yes.
All right, perfect.
Yeah. So I think there's another question for money exchanger. Yes, we do have. I don't know the. No, I don't know if we have anything like that in nearby BYU.
The nearest are banks. So banks are another resource where you can get your money exchanged. We just recently had one of the banks that students had access to in Laia. It closed. They closed the in-store branch. And so the closest ones that we have, there's one in Kahuku, which is just the next town north of us. And then several towns down going south to Kaneohe, it's about a 40-minute drive, or that's the next one. But we recommend that when you arrive at the airport, you have that chance to change your money there at the airport, since it's an international hub. The HNL, the Honolulu one, you're able to do money exchange before you exit into domestic space. Okay, I'll give the time back to Kaden and Vinay, who will unmute themselves. Thank you.
All right, yeah, so that was the holiday that we just saw, and that is going to be, I think, everything that we're going to show you guys on tours today. The card, it stops working, but if it is, then we're really glad to, yeah, we're sorry that for all the technical.
Okay, while we experience technical difficulties with Kaden and Vinay, I'm sure they're approaching us soon. Oh, there, we see you guys. All right, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think she can take over now.
Okay.
So Sister Nishi, I think you can take over now. We are heading back to office.
Yeah,
And,
that's great.
Yeah. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
All right.
We're really glad to show you guys everything. And yeah, if you guys have more questions, then feel free to ask. And yeah, we're going to head back now.
Thank you so much, Kaden and Vinay. Aloha. All right. So as Vinay and Kaden enjoy the rest of their ride there, a few things that I'm going to address here with this group is sharing with us the important sites for preparing for travel. Although we're going to share that tomorrow, a few of you have asked, okay, if I'm going to be vaccinated, can I bypass quarantine? And the rule here in the state of Hawaii is that even if you are vaccinated, you still are subject to it if you don't participate with their travel program. So I know that this doesn't make sense to you because I'm just talking about this, but what we're going to do is look at the site, and I'll put the link in the chat. Okay, so I'm going to take us here. Let me just get it prepared. And it's important to know that when you travel here to the US, you're going to experience two levels of requirements. So there's federal and then there's state. For the state of Hawaii, and I'm going to copy this here for you. I'm going to copy this and put it in chat. And this is for Hawaii only. So there's the Safe Hawaii Travels program. And this here outlines what you can do to prepare for travel to come to to the US, to Hawaii. And much of what we shared, as you can see here, it talks about the state's 10-day traveler quarantine, but it also speaks to the order by the Center of Disease and Disease Protection Center, CDC, that went into effect on January 26. President Biden made an order, executive order, to ensure that there's safety, COVID-19 safety measures throughout the US. And in response, the CDC issued this, but it's also something that the Department of State has ordered as well, that all international travelers to the US must have a negative test result outcome. So in order for you to even board your flight, you need to have a particular test done. It's a viral test, and more information about that is provided in two places, at CDC, and let me just take us there right now. So CDC here, I'm gonna put this link for you. This is for international as well. Let me grab this. So again, the first link is for Hawaii. This one is for federal. So always think in those terms, because we are states, the United States of America, there are 50 states, and you are coming to one state where you'll be residing here. But during your time, you may see most of the US while you're here. That said, you have to always be sure that you're complying to federal and state rules. And so for the state one, even with their rules about testing, you need to make sure that if you're coming to the US, you get that test done. It also tells you what type of tests are available, are acceptable. And so I won't scroll down here because then it can bug our eyes out, but at least you can visit this on your own and read through it, and it will tell you exactly, it's common FAQs that will be very helpful for you. Now, going back and to close right now, I'm going to take us back to that, was it this one? Yeah, okay. This one here with the State of Hawaii Safe Travels Hawaii program. So when you come to this site, this is dedicated all about COVID-19 and travel and everything that deals with health. But in this section that's just for travel, especially since you have yet to come to the United States, we want you to do your homework as well, because just as Evan had said, one of the RAs, the rules change all the time, and we have to be on top of it. So we also ask that you be diligent too. In our newsletter that will be released this Thursday, it will provide you with all of the links to here. The pre-travel requirements, like that mandatory form that will help you to bypass the 10-day quarantine, is also listed here. But again, only those from the specific countries that are noted on here. Japan, Canada, Korea, and Taiwan. They're the only ones that have accessibility to the trusted testing partner. So it can't just be any company, any testing, whatever. It has to be approved partners that the state of Hawaii honors. So we're not going to delve too much on this, because part of tomorrow's session, and you're going to join us again tomorrow and spread the word to get your friends to join as well, is we're going to be talking about preparing to come to Hawaii and what to expect. And this will be your new home for the next few years, and we're excited for that. We also have Vinay and Kaden who has returned, and I'm going to pass the time back to them because they're our hosts, and they'll end the session for us. They're back in the office, so I'm so glad. And I'll stop sharing this here. Again, the information will be shared in our newsletter this Thursday, and it also will be reiterated, a bit of it will be reiterated in Kaden and Vinay's presentation tomorrow on preparing for Hawaii. So before I send the time, we're going to, so we have, we record these sessions and they're going to be posted on Engage. So that site that I took you to, you need to request, we'll send you an invitation so you can join us, but basically you're going to we're going to house all of these recordings, including the orientation that we had 2 Thursdays ago, I think it was. And you'll be able, once you join us on Engage here, you'll be able to access the recording. So we'll have it posted for you here, and also other great information too. So I'm going to stop sharing right here, and I'm gonna mute myself. Kaden and Vinay, it's all yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sister
Yeah,
Nisi.
thank you.
Well, guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed the tour to Hales and TVA, and I hope we were able to answer some of your questions that you have in mind. Definitely, we would like to, connect with you. And if you have any questions, concerns, any thought that comes in your mind that bothers you, just send us an email. We would like to help you out. We want you to have a peaceful warm welcome to BYU, so that you are prepared, you know what you're expecting, and you know what you're getting into.
Yeah, everything that Vinay said is definitely true, and we are really happy to get to show you guys around some more of campus today and show you guys around the hallways. We certainly had a lot of fun, and we hope that you guys enjoyed it as well and found it useful. And we apologize for any technical difficulties that we had. Hopefully further down the week we can get those resolved and have it work better, but we still had lots of fun, and like I said, we're really glad to show you guys around, and we can't wait for you guys to come over here on campus.
Great, thank you, Kaden. Just before we close, is there anybody has any questions that they think they want to get an answer? Let's see if there's any.
All right, if not, then we'll say goodbye for now, guys.
Thank you again. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, take care. Bye.
Wow.
Bye. Bye, everyone.